Right, so let's get this started. So the whole point of today's stream is I want to talk about variations that we might potentially see as Variation 3 in tournament for characters. We know that Variation 3 is coming for everyone. We don't know when, but it has been confirmed. We know it's on the way. So I decided that today I'm going to stream pretty much talking about what variations I would like to see for each character, and I'm going to make them 2 at a time, and I'll show you. So, not waiting for those. No, there's no point really. Like I may as well start now. I'm gonna go from top to bottom, but I'm gonna leave Nightwolf until last. But I'm gonna go through every character. I'm not gonna try and dawdle too much. I don't want this to take 4 hours, but you know, it'll take as long as it needs to. So first things first, I'm gonna do them 2 at a time, and then I'll take them into training mode. So Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn. For Shang Tsung, I really see them going down the ninja morph road. It's something that I know a lot of people are asking for. I don't see them ignoring it. The question is, out of the 4 ninja moves, what are going to be the ones that they're going to have? I think for 1,000,000,000%, we're going to see the shake and the slide. I really see these being like guaranteed. The question is it going to be super kick or the force lift? The problem with the force lift is that it conflicts with the you know, the ground eruption, the fireballs, rain. But I think this will give him such like kind of easy combo potential. I can kind of see them going with force lift, especially now that we've seen ground eruption take the nerf that it has. So I can kind of see this being the variation, right? And I'll explain exactly why when I go into training mode. So I'm going to do these 2 characters at a time. I'm going to select the moves here, and then I'm going to explain the moves when I go into training mode. So for Shang Tsung, this is going to be the one. And then Shao Kahn. Oh, and I haven't said, my rule, my restriction through this entire thing is I will not be allowed to select any moves that have already been used in a competitive tournament variation unless there physically is no other option and I'm out of moves to fill up the 3 slots. That is my only rule, is that I'm not allowed to use moves that have already been used in other variations. This will be 100% moves that we haven't seen in competitive yet. With that being said, I feel like they're going to go down a spear route with Shao Kahn, with this, with skewered, spear charge, and the question is, I can see maybe Air Wrathhammer or Seeking Wrathhammer. I feel like Air Wrathhammer will have better versatility with the way this variation would play. Just to have that extra kind of effect that the other ones don't, because it's not just about what moves haven't been used, it's what playstyles can't this character do right now that this covers. So I'm going to go with this, and now it's time to go to training mode, and I'll chat to you guys as to why. Do you guys think it's better for me to just make them all in one go, or for me to make them, talk about them, and then training mode? What do you guys think is better? Because regardless, I'll do these now as they are, and then I'll go into it, depending on what happens. Special Forces Desert Command. 2 at a time, all in one. I'm hearing like a straight up 50-50. I feel like making them and then talking about them means that I can kind of see the transition. I kind of prefer this. So, for Shang Tsung, this will grant him the Force Lift, the Shake, and the Slide. So what this variation would do is it's going to replace your Ground Eruption or Raining Fire with the Ermac Lift. You're going to get access to the Shake, which is the Smoke Projectile Reflect, and you're going to replace your normal Sorcerer Slide with the Reptile Slide. This is going to give him access to 2 additional Crushing Blows. The Slide Amplify will Crushing Blow if it's at maximum range. There are combos you could do that will guarantee that. The Shake will Crushing Blow if it hits twice in a row. So if you, you know, reflect 2 projectiles back to back, it'll work. Or if you amplify the Shake, which I believe you can do, yeah. Oh, hang on, I've got to change my controls because it's reset itself. That's no good. Medium, on, off. So if you amplify the Shake, it parries buttons. So I'll go through these 1 move at a time. The Force Lift is your down back 1. This replaces Ground Eruption and the Raining Fire. This gives you access to just an ender that will hit anywhere for a tiny amount of damage, but the main thing you'll use this move for is if you amplify it, it launches, which gives you a very good follow-up for sure. I don't know if he gets a full jump in. Okay, looks like he will. Question is, will it be a jump in one or... Okay, maybe into back 1-1. Let me try back 1-1 after.
Oh, very
kind of
nice.
figure out some of this as we go. Okay, that will probably work. That will probably work. And there it is, NetherRealm. Thank you so much for the host, my friends. Hope you guys had a good stream in the Combat League. I'll be catching the VOD later. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. If you're here from the NetherRealm stream, you can see in the title. But to those of you that haven't seen it, the whole point of my stream tonight is we know that Variation 3 is coming for every character. We don't know when. It has been confirmed. Ed Boon has talked about it on Twitter. But we have no idea what those variations are going to be. So I've used quite a lot of custom moves in this game from launch to now. So I decided, based on what I know and what I've seen of the characters and what kind of playstyles are missing, I want to sit down. I'm going to make a third variation for every character. And I'm going to talk about variations that I think I could see happening competitively. So all these variations you're about to see are not confirmed. They're not guaranteed to be the variations. But I'm not using any moves that have already been selected in another variation. So these will be all brand new moves, unless the character straight up doesn't have enough to do that. I think Collector is the only one that has that problem. But this should be a bit of fun, you know? It should be, you know, we're kind of just chilling, training mode, see what we can see with these custom moves, and I'll let you know what I think we'll see. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy your stay. I am a Mortal Kombat creator, commentator, player, all the in-between, really. And this should be a lot of fun. We're starting off with Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn. And I believe the obvious one is the third variation is going to be the ninja morphing moves. So I think it's going to be Ermac for the lift, for the launching potential. This will replace your fireballs, the ground eruption, the raining fire, whatever it is. The smoke shake for the anti-projectile game and crushing blow. And the reptile slide for, again, ender potential and crushing blow. The reason I think this will happen is it's what people have been asking for the most, really, by far, for Shang Tsung. I don't see it being ignored. I hope it doesn't anyway. I'd like to see it myself. But this variation will give Shang Tsung some amazing combo potential, right? If you hit a jump kick, you can confirm it. If you hit any of your strings, you can turn it into Ermac. I don't know any of these combos, what they would be, because I haven't labbed this myself, but I know that Shang Tsung does have some really cool combo potential using the Ermac lift. Of course, you get, you know, you'll keep your universal zoning tools of the corpse drop, the fireball, but you lose a zoning tool with the raining fire because of the lift, but you lose the projectiles of that, but you gain the anti-projectile game of the shake. So if I have Shao Kahn obviously throw a projectile, I'm gonna hit him for a decent amount of damage. You know, 90 damage, 9% isn't bad by any means. And if you amplify it, it also beats buttons. So if I amp it, you have to try and... I have to delay that, actually. I'll make him do 1, 2, and then... Okay, there we go. So if you amplify it, it beats buttons. So if I make him wake up attack, let me have him... Let me have him just do it twice. I'll make him wake up twice. Get up attack with deadly swipe, that will do. So if I knock him down, that's 1. And then if... Okay, he does it again. This actually might not work because I intend... There we go. Here we go. So if you do it twice in a row, it will crushing blow. What that means is if you reflect a projectile and then reflect a parry on, and then you reflect a wake-up attack, it's effectively going to parry it for a ton of damage, right? So you're gonna lose the keep away of your own moves, but get the counter zoning game of the ability to just absorb any projectile. Like, this is really strong. I think this could be the one that affects him the most. And the reptile slide for another crushing blow. If it hits from max range, it does hit real far. That's a crushing blow. There are combos you can do that will set up that range perfectly, and I think it just makes the character very interesting. So I really do see them doing this for Shang Tsung, you know, be it like just easy combos. You get a lot of easy combos through Ermac lift. I wish I knew what the optimal ones were, because there are some flashy things, but unfortunately I don't really know what they are, so you're gonna have to deal with my crappy ones. Now if I swap him and move over to Shao Kahn, let's have a look. Which one is he? Here we go. Okay, now for him, I think there's a nice amount of potential for them to make almost like a spear lance variation, where the air grab is replaced by skewered, your shoulder charge is replaced by spear charge, and you get access. In the version I've made, I can see them, or I would like to see the air wrath hammer, just to give him threat at a part of the screen that he doesn't normally have it, right? Because it's not just about what moves don't the characters have, it's about what playstyles don't the characters fit right now. And an air projectile is not something that Shao Kahn can currently do. He doesn't have that threat, right? When he leaves the ground, it's pretty much going to be jump kick or jump 2. It's going to be the hammer, or it's going to be this amazing jump kick. But giving him access to the air hammer will give him, you know, counter zoning potential. He does get zoned out quite heavily, so the ability to, like, you know, take to the air and make people second guess with a 6% mid projectile, I don't think would be too bad. The air grab in Skewered would give him some really nice combo potential. I believe this works, yeah. So Skewered it replaces your air grab with this very fast move, but it can be amplified to launch is the big thing about it. So you get more combo potential, and that's pretty much going to be the ender as well. So if you get this, I mean, I don't know if that works, I'm not sure, because you get the spear charge too, which is the same input as shoulder charge, and again, on amp will still launch. You will lose the shoulder charge ender potential, but you will gain the ability to, again, like, you know, on hit, you can turn this into a launch. You can use another bar to get this, and then you can end in the Skewered as well for a nice damage combo as well. So you don't end with a shoulder charge because this isn't really fast enough, but you do get the ability to end with Skewered again if you want to. I believe that's pretty much the only real ender you're going to get, unless you are close enough for like hammer lunge or something, but that's not really too practical. But the big thing here is, again, confirm potential. If you hit this, you can end just one bar, so you do a decent amount of damage. If you punish with 2-3, you'll get to just turn that into something. That in itself, by itself, is not terrible damage. The big thing you'll lose with this variation, though, is the ability to consistently always confirm jump kicks. So you can get this if you know, are close enough, and that does decent damage. But just the general usability of the fast shoulder charge, like the shoulder charge is a bit faster, the amplify is a bit easier to hit overall, and late in a combo, this isn't going to connect because it's slower, but you get a decent amount of damage for it. You get anti-air potential, like, not that Shao Kahn had bad anti-airs, but the ability to anti-air with a straight-up launching move is quite scary. If you're close enough, you could do things like that too. Like, it just gives him completely different combo pathing, right? That's what it's all about. Can you do this twice? You can't. So you can't do it twice back to back. But the big thing is this gives you more damage off of Skewered. It gives you scarier anti-airs, while you yourself get scarier jump-ins because of the threat of the Wrath Hammer. And I feel like the spear charge is going to synergize decently due to the fact that, again, it's another lance move. It kind of fits the whole lance theme of the variation. And you get scary anti-airs and scary air game with your own jump-in attack. Skewered, how fast is Skewered? It is 9 frames, so it's still mad fast. Super fast for a move like this. And the good thing is, it launches off of pretty much all of your best moves. So, like, if you hit a grounded string, you do spear charge. If you get a string that launches them in the air, you do Skewered. So, for example, like 2-3 Skewered, forward 2-1 Skewered. Could give him some really cool combo potentials. Crushing Blow. He does not get a Crushing Blow from it. But that's it for these two characters. I'll move on to the next two now. I'm gonna do them 2 at a time as we progressively go through, and I can see that being the best way of doing this.